Hey scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today coming at you with a 9x12 process video from our Myrtle Beach vacation. And as you can see, I am using my brand new Sunshine and Blue Skies collection, which is Simple Stories summer line that I designed, but these pictures were in March, but we went on vacation and we had a pool, so it is perfect. So I'm trying to decide what papers I want to use here. I've already pulled a few out, and I decided that I wanted to use this navy blue dot paper, even though my beloved floral is on the back of it. I thought it was perfect. And then I'm going to mat it on this gradient paper, which I felt was also perfect. So I'm cropping this one down to 9x12, and then the blue paper I will cut down to 8x11 so that there's a full half-inch border all the way around. Boring part of this process, but I like to leave it in. So there's the 8, and there is the 11. So I'm keeping these scraps on the side here because I have a little bit of a vision for this layout. And I thought instead of doing my standard paper strip feel, which I love to do, I love to mat photos, I love to have multiple papers on a layout. I know how hard I and other designers work on these papers, so I love to showcase them. But I thought instead of doing it my normal way this time, I would do some circles. So I have those papers on the side there that I'm going to use, and I'm getting out my circle punches. I have a 2-inch, a 1.5 inch, and a 1-inch, and I'm going to cut out 3 circles of each color, one in each side, one in each size. And that's where I start with this process. And then I'm going to actually add to it once I get out the die cut. So I get to use my beloved floral here, so that'll be good. And then I also have the 6x8 paper pad on the side here too, just in case I want to use those. I don't love doing this to full papers. It really bothers me to, cut a 1-inch circle out of a full 12x12 paper. So I'm going to pull out the 6x8 papers and do it there instead. I really wanted to use this blue floral. And on the other side of that blue floral is a white washed wood. So I'm going to use both sides. So I'm going to cut out 2 of each in this paper. Make sure that I get full wood veneer, wood grain on at least 3 of these circles so that I don't have any of that floral interfering with my pretty wood paper. So I'm kind of creating a bubbly sort of feeling here with paper, or with circles, sort of creating a zigzag across the spread. So that was my initial, sorry about the train, that was my initial thought for this layout. And I actually drew out a sketch for this, which I rarely do, but I wanted to see how it would work. Man, that train, I swear, he knows that I'm recording in here and he's being loud on purpose. We live on a dead-end road that crosses a really busy main road, and so they lay on the horn when they're coming down across the street from our road because of that intersection, and it's just so annoying. Anyway, back to the video. I've pulled out a bunch of die cuts that I think will work, and I just had to use that girl on the floaty. I just had to. I don't care that all my kids are boys. I don't care that there's no one on floaties. I just love her. She's my favorite illustration in this whole collection. Her and the girl on the unicorn floaty are my favorite illustrations in the whole collection. So I pulled out a dude floating in the water too, just for some balance. I'm going to have one at the top and one at the bottom. And you can see I also pulled out a bunch of life preserver rings and beach balls because they're circles, so that makes total sense. So I'm going to be replacing some of these circular papers with some of those rings and beach balls. And that's okay because tomorrow when I put up the video for the companion pocket page to this layout, I'm going to use a bunch of those circles on that side, so it sort of brings the whole spread together as well. So it's okay if I don't use them on this side. They're not going to go to waste. So I'm just trying to decide like which colors I want to use and which icons I want to use. I'm going to use that fun as my title. I'm going to actually make it say Poolside Fun, but I'm struggling a little bit with where to put it. Like I know where I wanted to put it, but the proportions of, especially that girl on the floaty, she's rather large. So the proportions of the embellishments that I have pulled out are a little bit bigger than what I was expecting. So I'm struggling a little bit with where to put that fun. And in the end, I make it work. And I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. But that is where I am right now in this process. I'm just like, where am I going to put that fun? So I'm going to glue down these circles so that they don't move too much. And then I will glue down the photos here in a second. I wanted those photos sort of wonky, sort of overlapping a bit, but not too much, just to go with like the fun feel of all of these circles. But I do want to keep it a little bit linear. I've found that I'm really keeping my design with all of these vacation pages sort of on the linear side, so I want to kind of go with that without, you know, it doesn't all have to be straight blocky lines, but I want to kind of make sure that they all sort of fit together, even with pages like this that are a little bit less blocky and a little bit more whimsical. I can still keep that main thread of clean lines going throughout. So I'm kind of struggling a little bit, not struggling, but like trying to figure out exactly where I want these placed, at what level. Do I want Finn's photo in that middle spot there to be a little bit cockeyed, or do I want it to be straight up and down? And I decided to go with straight up and down, just a little bit lower than the other two. He's got a lot of blue space up there in the top of that photo that the other two don't have. So I'm going to take advantage of some of that blue space, and I'm going to add the little floaty guy there. There we go. Now this is the basic place where all of these circles are going to go. Of course, pull them up and put them down and move them around because that's what I do. So I'm kind of looking through and seeing if there's anything else I want to add. I want to make sure I keep the clusters correct. Like, I don't want circles to be everywhere. I want there to be 3 distinct clusters, but they don't have to be, you know, just 3 circles. Sort of break out of that a little bit, especially since I have a sun up here and a little dude floating in the pool with Finn. Of course, I struggle with where to put him. I'm going to pull up that sun to make it work. Sorry, dude, you're going to get burned by the sun a little. It's okay, you'll survive. You're just a sticker. So I'm using mainly the 12 by 12 sticker sheet for my embellishments, my sticker embellishments here, but I do have the 4 by 6 stickers pulled out as well, and you'll see me look through them a little bit, but I don't end up using a lot of them on this page because I end up just going with the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I feel like the 4 by 6 sticker sheet they're great size for pocket pages and things like that. But on something like this, I need a little bit bigger of an embellishment. So the 12 by 12 sticker sheet is perfect for that. You can see me just struggle hard with this fun. This is where I wanted it to be the whole time. It makes the most sense there. So I'm just going to, what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to put the F over the floaty a little bit. And that's okay. I do a lot of overlapping. I do a lot of layering. And so it'll look perfectly awesome when I'm done. But like, I had to wrap my brain around it a little bit, I think, and that's why it took me so long to decide to do that. You can see me going, oh, can I put her up here? But no, we're just going to fully commit to that wing being covered up a bit. All right, much better. Now we've got this down. I'm going to add in some word strips because that's what I do. This good times, and I'm going to add in another one. I feel like there needs to be a few more things on here that like break out of that circular thing I pigeonholed myself into. So I'm pulling out some icons. Got those flip-flops there. I really felt like there needed to be something to bridge the gap between that sun and the edge of the paper because I had that going on at the bottom there. So I cut this a little bit smaller. And now it's like too small, but I'm going to make it work anyway. Maybe I'll just struggle with it. I think I come back to it. That's what I needed. A little bit of something to make it so that it wasn't too small now. And a word strip. I'm actually going to switch this one with this one because there was too much green up there in that top corner now. Then I need to come back to that circle, I think. Looking through these to see if there's anything that will work, but they're all just a little bit too small. And I kind of already have everything worked out here. I'm looking for a journaling spot, but I'm going to not put any journaling on this side. I'm going to put it all in the pocket side, so I abandoned that pretty quick. Ah, there we go. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed, and the companion page for this will be up next tomorrow. Alright, thank you.